Take your time and I'll be waiting. Keep me in mind. Somewhere down the road.
When it comes to furry friends, Dr. Katy Nelson knows how to tug our heartstrings with all the critters that she brings in today. And today is certainly no exception. She has with her two very cute little guinea pigs. Katy, good to see you.
Good to see
Luna
you.
and Choconut.
Yes.
Can you tell them apart?
I absolutely cannot.
I was expecting Choconut would be sort of brownish.
I kind of was thinking the same thing, but
maybe because he's a little browner around the eyes. And
maybe,
she's
or maybe
a little blonder.
I don't know. I don't know who is who, but I just know that they're absolutely precious. I like when they handed them to me today at the shelter. I was like, oh my gosh, these are the cutest little pigs I've ever seen.
And look how sweet they are.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Now, how did you
boys.
come to have these in your possession?
These little boys are about 1.5 years old. The lady who had them unfortunately had to move in with her mother. I'm not sure all the circumstances there, but had to move in with her mother, who is severely asthmatic, and so couldn't handle the hair, couldn't handle the dander, because these guys actually are long-haired.
Are all guinea pigs long-haired like these?
I mean, look at this. You could French braid that stuff.
I could see a little girl absolutely adoring to brush the hair on these.
Can you imagine? Yeah, and they're both nice little guys. I mean, and these are great little pets. For little girls and little boys, these are great little pets. You have to be gentle with them. You can't carry them around like you would a puppy. How you see those kids.
They're very forgiving, aren't they? Our dogs. Yes.
I know, but as far as like being able to brush, this is like a little live Barbie doll. I mean, you could brush and take care of this, and they'd be great little pets. So.
My Little Pony, or the troll dolls from the long hair.
The troll dolls.
Absolutely
cute.
Yes. So what do they do? What do guinea pigs do?
Well, this is pretty much it. I mean, they don't do a whole heck of a lot. They're not super active. They do have some kind of specific requirements for how to take care of them. They do have some very specific dietary requirements, so they need vitamin C supplementation and things like that. Easy stuff, but just very specific stuff. And then as far as their living environment, you just have to make sure that they have a flat bottom on their little home, because they have skinny little teeny toes and they can get caught down in some wires. So if you have like a wire bottom cage, that's not going to be a good thing for them. But otherwise, I mean, they're just pretty nice little, pretty nice little guys. Yeah.
So do they like to they look like they're cuddling up. Do they like to be close together?
These two specifically do. These two were raised together, so they definitely do. They are kind of nervous little creatures, so they do need places to hide, and they do like to be, very gently handled.
And they are rodents, right?
They are.
So they like to gnaw on things, I imagine?
Well, yeah, but these guys, I actually have some carrots with me. They like chew on the little carrots. They look like little Bugs Bunny rabbits, when they're chewing on the carrots. So, but they're nice little critters. They really
so you
are.
Can give them vegetables.
Yeah, absolutely. Vegetables, and we've got some lettuce with us, and just, there's commercial diets out there. But again, the main thing for these guys is that vitamin C supplementation, which again is a really simple thing to do.
So. Well, it sounds like this would be a great pet for someone with a limited space.
Limited
space,
limited
you can't always
experience.
have a dog in your apartment.
Yeah, absolutely. And these are not really like high level of care type of pets. So, I mean, if this is your very first pet ever, this might be a good place to start, rather than jumping into the Labrador Retriever, So this would be a really good way to start.
So they are adoptable.
They are.
Luna and Choconut. And how do you get a hold of
They are at the Alexandria Animal Welfare League on Eisenhower Avenue in Alexandria. I think we've got the phone number on the website, so you can always go to there and contact them.
And what's the lifespan generally of a guinea pig?
It depends. Generally kind of, anywhere from 3 to 7 years, but mostly like 5 to 7 years is the most common.
Okay. And do we have to worry about dander? I mean, this was a problem with this one family, but is generally they have a lot of dander?
This particular lady had severe asthma, respiratory disease. So, that's a pretty uncommon thing, I would say. So for the vast majority of us, we're going to be fine with these little guys.
Good
if
to
you
know.
can handle a dog, you can handle a pig.
Good to know. They're just so docile. It just amazes me that they don't move at all.
Nice.
All right, let's talk a little bit about some of the things that are going on, and there is World Rabies Day coming up.
World Rabies Day is tomorrow, September the 28th, and it is by the World Health Organization, puts this on every year. There are still thousands and thousands of cases every year of human rabies around the world. In the United States, there's about 7,000 cases of animal rabies per year. Most of that is wildlife. There's generally only about 1 to 3 cases of human rabies every year. But without treatment, human rabies is absolutely 100% fatal. So, this is such a preventable disease. It's basically, 99.9% preventable. And so the reason they have the World Rabies Day is to raise awareness of this and make sure that, just because our pet is an inside pet we still need to have them vaccinated for rabies. It is an absolutely deadly disease, and it's preventable. So if we can do something about it, it's easy, it's cheap. You only in Virginia have to do it once every 3 years. You know,
and it's the law, right?
It's the law.
Yeah, you need to get that rabies tag,
Absolutely.
right?
You have to have your rabies tag. You have to register your pet in the, in Virginia, in Maryland, in D.C. So, follow the law and do something that's going to help to prevent the spread of rabies around the world.
Most of rabies comes from wild animals, though,
It
right?
does.
I mean,
It
we
is.
either get bitten by a fox or
a
raccoon
fox or a raccoon
bat
or a bat.
something.
Bat is really the most common thing because, and the cases of rabies where we don't have a documented bite oftentimes can be traced back to bats, because bats have such tiny little mouths and tiny little teeth that we may not even know that we or our pets were bitten. So, having that vaccination on board is the best way to prevent it in our pets.
Something else that's coming up, we love to talk about shedding weight, right? And we can do this with our pets, too?
Absolutely. There's a new study out by people and pets exercising together. It was a 1-year study. And, we know in people that if we're going to lose weight, we need the support of our family, of our friends, of our coworkers in order for us to succeed. I mean, you're in an office, I'm in an office. There's so much junk food in our offices all day, every day, that it's amazing that we all don't weigh 300 pounds, So if we have a support system, with our people, where it's documented that we do better. If we don't have that support system, where do we get it from? And it can be from our pets.
So how do we do this?
Well, they actually showed that people with dogs walk an average of 300 minutes per week, which is twice as much as people without dogs. So, already we sort of have a built-in exercise program. And we get this sense of parental pride, too, about our pets. And so if we start an exercise program with our pets and we have these little brown eyes sitting there looking at us like, I want to go for a walk, we're a lot more likely to respond to that than we are just doing it on our own.
Oh, so true. And you can't not do it. When you have a dog, he's got to go. You got to take him, right? So it keeps you on schedule.
Sure.
Good to have you here, Dr. Katy Nelson. If you'd like to adopt Luna or Choconut, go to the Alexandria
Animal Welfare League.
Very good. I'm sure they'll find good homes in no time flat.
Oh, I hope so.
You guys, I think you need a nap.
I know.
All right. We'll see you later. All right, get ready to step up your style. Kathy is back, and she's going to be talking with Lauren Rothman about how you can step into a store and look like you stepped right out of the pages of a magazine. If you want more, follow us on Twitter. Let's Talk Live DC. We'll be right back.